Small.
Don't.
Vertical. How long was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to time it.
It's okay, I forgot to measure it. So we're both going to need to do better.
Every single one. To hell with the tax credits. I want every last one of those low-flow toilets out. Dump them up and take those ridiculous... Why do I have to carry the toilet? You know why.
Because of the things that come out of your body.
Oh, shut up, Mr. Big Mouth, telling it we have a women's bathroom where I better never catch you again.
Okay, geez, hostile work environment.
Yeah, so everything's back to normal.
Is it? I told you lives were at risk. Now behold the horror you have wrought. And Pam, if you're dumping stuff on the street, this can all go.
What is it?
Cheddar dreams.
Smells like rotten meat.
Also, yes.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I think we got this recipe figured out.
That was actually pretty great.
Duh.
Shut up.
Shut up. Okay, I'll get the dry ice and the rest of the bottles. You be ready with the water, and we'll wait for that big, fat, stupid gator to come back.
Destroying his habitat isn't enough.
What?
I would have been as soon as you stole my boat. Do you not understand how reservations work?
Reserve this, Treebeard.
Oh, please, it's not even loaded.
Thanks, Lana.
Shut up. Hi, Josh.
Hello, Lana.
You know each other?
Josh was my environmental policy TA when I was in college.
And her lover.
Also, yes.
Wait, I thought he was a Green Beret.
I went to grad school on the GI Bill, and that's when I realized I had to lead the fight against the systematic rape of Mother Nature.
But back then, you just organized peaceful protests.
Like that day at the first store, where
Yeah.
you disappeared without a trace.
I guess I kind of found my calling.
As a hired gun for the military-industrial complex.
Let's face it, shooters have never been what you'd call overburdened with complexity. You point at things you don't like and then they go away. They're not exactly the 12 tasks of Hercules. But even this simple mechanic has found a way to devolve in recent years. Oh, Yahtzee, you curmudgeonly cardigan-wearing, lemsip drinker, I hear you sputter. How can you say that? Shooter technology is the best it's ever been. The chest-high walls seem to stretch all the way to the horizon and you can see every scratch and imperfection on your gun when you stick the iron sights up your nose. I think you've fallen victim to the very same nostalgia blindness you've always warning people about. And no, I'm not still bitter about Ocarina of Time. You know, perhaps you're right, but let me ask you this. What sort of things did you fight in Quake 1? Grungy dudes, knights in armor, the jumpy flea things, bouncy blobs, floating snakes, and angry rabid cousin to the Sugar Pups monster. Now, what sort of things did you fight in Call of Juarez the Cartel? A dude in a red shirt? And a dude in a green shirt. So here's the framing device for this week's shirt-wearer genocide. After a terrorist act within the US is committed by a Mexican drug cartel, everyone starts getting really shirty and support grows for a full-on invasion of Mexico. You see what kind of piffle I have to work with? Everyone knows the US would never invade a country just because a small faction within it committed an atrocity. No, they just invade the country next door. But before Guatemala can start getting worried, the US government sets up a special task force to take down the cartel, a coalition of FBI, DEA, LAPD, BBC, TCP/IP, LOL. There's Kimberly, a sassy black FBI lady with hairline she got interrupted halfway through cleaning the tar out of her favourite jet engine. Eddie, a Latino gambler type who says essay all the time like an insistent university lecturer. And Ben McCall, a grizzled LAPD detective whose main role is to justify calling this a Call of Juarez game. He's presumably a descendant of Ray McCall from the old Westy games because, like him, he constantly looks and sounds like he's accusing someone of farting. The first thing you must do is pick which one you're playing out, and don't worry if you haven't figured out which one you dislike the least yet, because you'll hate every single one of them equally by the end of all this. You'll resent the one one you're playing as just for being the flea-bitten mule on which you ride through this rubbish, and you'll resent the other two for constantly taking the piss out of your aiming skills, even while they themselves try and fail to snipe an obese pig that's been lashed to a tree 6 feet away. On the gameplay side of things, how it's supposed to work is that Ben specialises in close combat, Kimberly in long range, and Eddie is the in-betweeny one, as is also the case with his skin colour, weirdly enough. But even if there were any perceptible difference between the styles, there isn't. All three fight dudes at all three ranges all the time anyway, so it hardly matters. Oh yes, and while dual-wielding pistols was the only rapid-fire option in Old West times, when machine guns were available, it's about as much use as feeding Gatorade to a sloth. So we have three protagonists who get along like three Borgias in a Hessian sack, but bound by the invisible elastic bands of a game designed with a co-op focus. But here's the rub, gentles. Each character has a secret agenda that they must pursue without the other two noticing. Ben is looking for info on some guy who said his hat looked gay 30 years ago or something. Kimberly is a big narking bitch, and Eddie is in debt and must steal what are either packages of money, drugs, or sandwiches to feed his crippling addiction to egg and cress. The idea is you have to find pickups and complete specific objectives without the other players seeing you and telling the teacher. Doing so grants experience points with which you level up and get better weapons. So here's my question. Why wouldn't you want your co-op partners to level up? 6 missions in and he's trying to cover your ass with walnuts fired from a sling. You'll only have yourself to blame. While I need no convincing that players enjoy dicking each other, that doesn't usually apply in co-op, except when absolute fucking twats are involved. It seems far more likely that players will just be saying, "Hey Steve, look over there for a second, I'm going to steal these drugs." I'm growing increasingly sick of games that let their multiplayer mode trample over the single player, getting scuff marks all over the carpet and de-alphabetizing the CD collection. Playing single player in the cartel is made all the more excruciating by the game laying out all its special toys and then saying, "What? No, these aren't for you. These are for the co-op players. Don't touch them, you'll make them dirty." Then it chucks a flea-bitten hand puppet on the floor and says, "There's your partner AI, now fuck off." The game still introduces all that business with hidden agendas and wants you to keep an extra special close eye on those crafty partners of yours, but the AI don't go after collectibles. They usually just stand there staring at you with gormless, uncomprehending eyes. They were also never programmed to drive, so in the occasional vehicle section, if you perhaps would rather take riding shotgun to its literal heart, then fuck you and your haughty airs. The AI will pile into the backseat without a word and just look at you like a dog with its leash in its mouth. And as I said, they can't aim for shit, but after you've single-handedly cleared out an entire room, they'll unfailingly say the one of their 4 or 5 endlessly repeated lines that goes, "You don't have to do this all by yourself, you know. There is no middle finger big enough." I will say that when you inevitably get sick of the single-player concentration camps, switching to online co-op is made nicely straightforward. You just press one button in the mission section. The thing is, playing games is my job, so I do it around 1 in the afternoon. And I'm always playing online at 1 in the afternoon, so the game will say, "No one joined your game, reverting to single player," and I could almost picture the game looking pityingly at me over its cool sunglasses and hear Creep by Radiohead start up in the background. So is there anything good? Well, the environments look nice and expansive, except the expansiveness is a dirty lie, because the moment you step off the linear path the game marks out for you, a caption flies up going, "Turn around now," like I'm about to stumble upon the factory where all the gang members I've killed get turned into soylent grain. So basically, it's a game that does nothing but insult me in every possible way. Right back at you, the cartel. I'd throw you away, but I'm concerned your stench would attract crime scene investigators.
Had never been canceled by idiots, then brought back by bigger idiots. 1, 2...
my fry throw is all frizzy.
Okay.
Well, that's all. Oh, also, I'm covered with severe burns.
So, what of it?
Well, why is those things?
You mean you don't remember?
Nope, nothing. It's like when I passed out in college, except no one drew magic marker penises on my forehead.